And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, raged across New York. And today's scene, we start at the training grounds in the Sept, where, Tlatin has just finished her keeper duties, and there's still a few things that she... Oh, am I rolled, buddy? God damn it, you came across rolling as well. I should try and reload. Give me a
Oh,
moment.
okay. Just
I'm gonna try and reload first. Maybe it's me.
all right. During that pause, I would like to tell you this is a Living World of Darkness right across New York venue, and we are excited to have you here today. Mission.
Test, test. Am I any better now?
Do it again. Yes, you're way better. Yes.
Okay, good. Then let's hope it stays that way. I have no idea where that came from. But yeah, Tlatin has done most of her keeper duties. There's still a few things that she has to do, which is why she's still on Sept. She has, as usual, not spoken to anyone, not like really came near anyone. Now she's at the training grounds and just decides to take a break here. It's fairly quiet. So she's gonna sit down in like a corner of the training grounds and fishes a piece of fruit and a bit of leftover dried fish from the night before, and she's just kind of nibbling on it and drinking away with like a flask of water as she kind of looks around on the training grounds and realizes that she is not alone.
All right, then just setting up in the dice roller right quick. Desmond the Cub is working on his. Basically, he is about to start training. He just got done doing his morning runs with Chloe Raya, and now he is just working on lifting abilities. You can see he is just right there, third, and he in his hand. And he is just like, I can do it. Okay. Be the wolf, be the killing machine, be Gaia's wrath. Here we go. He just, he's kind of getting that motion of basically like easy character trying to power up, like, come on now. Like he's straining. Like, let it come natural. And I am going to roll to see if he changed. And we are in the extra dice roller one.
Oh, your next dice roll the one?
It's Cub funny, basically. I just named
Okay.
that. And he changes and he just pops to it. He's like, yes! And he's just super excited. I did it! All right. Here we go. I'm gonna practice with my clock. And he will see basically Talatehine, and he is never really seen her before, but he just assumed that everybody on Seth is higher ranked than him, so he'll basically flop and basically just wait there in front of her.
Oh, Jesus. She was actually there when she when they rescued him. But she kept her distance back then. So when he does that, and she's not allowed to really talk to anyone, so she is just gonna for a while pretend she's not seeing that. But if he doesn't move, like for a minute or so, then she's gonna look around to see if anyone is there. Um, And if she doesn't really spot anyone, she will walk up and just like still like at a few feet away, will just be like, get up.
And he will get up and he will basically huge Krynos will just get up and just be like, look her directly in her eyes, even though he's looking down. He just waiting to be addressed.
He's looking at her in the eye.
No, he's like
Okay.
no, he is not.
She'll as he gets up, he's in Krinos, he's in Hamid, and she has the small flaw. So she is really tiny compared to him. So she'll just take a couple of more, like a couple of steps backwards again. It's like, you're new here, cub, but you're not allowed to talk to me right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, is why is that? If you don't mind me asking.
It's a and again she quickly looks around to see anyone like noticing them talking to each other. It's a punishment.
It's a punishment.
Yes, I'm serving a punishment.
Oh, well, and basically he'll the huge Krynos will kind of go out a little bit, look around, and just like try to spot to see if you see anybody. Just what did you do?
I endangered missions.
What mission did you endanger?
Several. There wasn't one. There were more. I brought the kinfolk in danger. And
Oh,
I almost brought police to our sept. And for these things together, and for me not being honest about it, I got punished.
understandable. Oh, well, you can't talk to nobody.
No, I'm not allowed to talk to anyone. Nor are they allowed to listen to me when I say something,
Oh,
or to interact with me.
I must be breaking the rules then. That's bad.
Yes, that is. We are both breaking the rules right now, but there's no one here to explain this to you.
Oh, okay. Well, you're educating me.
I am what?
You're educating me.
Yes, in a way.
So, yeah. So, different.
I don't think the Philodox will see it that way, but
I am a philo. Oh, wait a minute. Slowly is a philodox, but I'm a philodox.
with you are a cub and you did not sentence me to this punishment.
Oh, who sentenced you to this punishment?
Silverfang Jacob.
Oh, Jacob Raya.
So,
Hmm. I don't think he's here right now.
no, but the Sept has many eyes and ears.
Oh. Hmm. I mean, you're educating me. You would, had the wrong posture about to swipe at the claws and it was about to chip the claw, right? You are what breed are you?
I am a metis.
Oh, the ones born in the war form. So you can tell me that I was claw and bend it back since you were born in such a form and are experiencing it.
Yes,
Those are what we call alibis.
alibis.
If you are questioned, or you could just blame it on me. I'm the one who initiated the conversation. I am a needed education, and I need to seek those with higher education than me. So I sought you out.
You are a cub. You cannot be blamed for those things that you do not know.
Ah, exactly.
She offers some of the fish to Desmond. Would you like some?
And like poke it and pick it up with it and eat it. That is quite tasty and delectable. Oh,
Hmm? Sorry, you cut out at the last things you said.
he said, fished it yourself.
Mm. No, no. Uh, at the moment, I do not reside in Sept, so a kinfolk got me this.
Where do you reside at? Again?
There is a apartment that was empty. It is where I'm staying. I am not allowed to stay on Sept at the moment.
Hmm. So so is it like the setup with you and your pack stay there?
No, I'm not allowed to stay with my pack right now.
Oh. Well, where's your other pack at?
Mm. My packmates, I believe, are still living on Sept. We are making plans to move, but
Hmm. Hmm. He kind of scratches his head a little bit. Would they still need to? Is it because of the whole ragey thing that's within us? Makes it hard for us to like get like stuff and whatnot.
I think it more has to do with the fact that apparently in this city it is difficult to find a house.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe I can help with that. And he'll kind of move towards his full bag, and you'll hear like jingling, and he'll like kind of run, like kind of move towards her. Hmm. Here,
The
for
Jill
your
fa-
pack.
What is it? Sorry?
He will give her like apartment keys.
She'll hold the keys and look at it. This is for a house.
And basically,
Is it yours?
yep, it's mine before all this happened.
I see. I I would advise you to hand these either to Raphael or William. They are my pack members. I cannot interact with them, so I could not give
Oh,
them. the keys myself.
You good with the spirits, right?
Yes, I am a theurgy.
Um, like, can they do ninja stuff?
Ninja stuff? What is that?
Like, oh, okay, a ninja is a old like he's a warrior, assassin almost. But don't take it. Don't no spirit assassin or nothing. I'm just talking about delivering a message or something.
They can deliver messages to those who can understand the spirits.
Okay. To them. I mean, I'm my apartment is vacant, and I would really like to have somebody there that's using it.
Hmm, I see. So you're telling me that it might be an idea to send the spirits to my packmates, but that would still implicate that you and I have talked, which again might bring at least me into more trouble.
Hmm. I won't get you in trouble. I won't do that.
I know. I am actually kind of rude. I have not introduced myself. My name is Tlatahine. I am a Theurge Metis, and I am from the Wendigo tribe. I am also the keeper of the lands of the Sept, and I'm the alpha of the pack, the spirits of the children of the spirit wilds.
Hmm. He shall roll a dice to roll for his intelligence and intelligence investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Okay. Boy, that's so two success. You kind of see his eyes moving wildly, almost like they're analyzing you a little bit. He will look at you, and then he'll just be like, Native American descent.
Yes,
Hmm, What? So the Wendigos are of Native American descent?
indeed. I should actually stand
Mind
a bit
telling me
straighter.
what you say? We'll repeat that other part.
Sorry, she said that she was gonna, or she's gonna stand a little straighter as she says yes.
And he is just going to like move around her, but it's not in a threatening manner. He's just like, interesting. Mind telling me about the Wendigos?
What would you like to hear about them?
Everything.
That is a lot. That is more than I even know.
Oh, okay. Um,
Well, the Wendigo are one of the three pure tribes. Well, one of the two now. There is the Wendigo and the Uktena. We both hail from these lands. These are the pure lands. The other tribes come from, well, other places in the world. They came here after we, well, after we got here first. basically. We were led here by Gaia a long, long time ago. Older brother, and which is what we call Uktena, and younger brother, which is the Wendigo, have defended these lands for a long time, just with our tribes. We as Wendigo, we pride ourselves in remembering that history and living by it day by day. And we are proud warriors, and we are defenders of Gaia and of the Pure Lands.
Hmm. Hmm. And do she have pure breed on her?
Oh yeah, she has
He.
2 dots of pure breed.
I need to roll. If he would have remembered her scent from the first time he met her when she was covered in blood.
Uh, I'd say roll your intelligence alertness or something.
Primal urge, but I do have eidetic memory, but I think
Oh,
we'll have to
if you have eidetic
roll it.
memory, then I don't believe. I mean, I've never rolled it. I have it too. So
I'll
you
just
know,
roll. I,
okay.
I'll just roll the dice basically, just for the cinematic effect and stuff. So come on. Okay, once again. And basically he would air smell familiar.
Yes, I was there when we found you.
Covered in all the blood.
Yes,
Why was you covered in all the blood?
a very important part of being in the Garou Nation is that we must protect ourselves. We must make sure that we are not found out. I made sure of that.
You ripped the bodies of the individuals there. Did you rip up the body of a very young teenager that was there? Had a
She
gun in his
thinks
hand.
she thinks for a bit, because she did rip up bodies, but we never specified which ones. But you know what? I'll just roll a chance die. I'll just roll a chance die.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see. One is no, and two is yes.
Okay.
Yes, I did. Yes, that's a yes.
He will take a point of rage, and basically his you'll see his eyes narrow, like, and his claws will like dig into the earth a little bit, and so, like his muscles like tense, and then he'll just take a deep breath.
Is that a problem?
The one who had the gun in his hand was my little brother.
I see. He was already dead.
Yes, it couldn't be helped anyway. To that was the fault to a lot of things. Anyways, to a lighter subject, what is, in your opinion, the Wendigo's philosophy on the litany? How do you interpret it?
Hmm. Well, I am not a Philodox, so I'm not quite sure if I would be the right person to ask this question to, but since there aren't any other Wendigo on the sept, I will do my best to answer as well as I can.
Of course, it is your tribe. I'm here to get the opinions of a tribe, of different tribes about their interpretations of the litany.
As the player actually goes to grab the book, which might take a while because my computer is slow as fuck. Mm, well, I think the first tenet of the litany is, well, a very clear one. Guru shall not mate with Guru. Any, and she, like, this is the first one is already pretty difficult for her because this is like something that touches her personally, being a Metis. So she frowns. Any Guru who mates with another Guru will be hunted down and will be killed. Do you know what happens when a Guru mates another Guru?
Machinations of sin is created.
Yes, indeed, a Metis.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
so naturally, this is something that is a hmm, interesting thing for me. But we hunt them. We hunt those who step on the first tenet of the litany. Then combat the worm wherever it dwells and whenever it breeds, which is the second tenet. We have combated the worm in these lands with all the ice cold hate that dwells in our hearts. We have destroyed it on many occasions. The Pure Lands were called the Pure Lands because once, well, I wouldn't say that our lands were without worm taint, because they were not. But it was less so than in other parts of the world. So the pure tribes, they have always They have always combated the worm. They have tried to bind him, tried to destroy him, or as much as we could. But we will never stop, but the worm is everywhere. Especially up north where I come from, where they dig the black blood out of the waters. But it will always be our first goal to combat it, to kill it. And she actually snorts, respect the territory of another. Hmm. It's part of the litany that is. It is something that we have always respected, but not those who came to these lands. Must understand that these lands, we helped these, and our kin prospered, and we were a great tribe. We lived with these lands. We learned to live from it. We took from the lands what we needed, but nothing more. We gave back to the lands as much as we took. But everyone who came, they destroyed us. They destroyed our septs. They destroyed our traditions and our hopes. They were the ones who make the lands bleed. Who took and took and took until the land was barren. These lands are still ours. We must learn to accept that right now not been respected for hundreds and hundreds of years. We cannot simply live in our territory as we should. But this part of the litany is something that has been threaded by the others. It's broken by the other tribes countless times. And the next part, accept an honorable surrender. Well, Wendigo, we are, as said before, we are a warrior's tribe, but we also understand that life is sacred. And we understand that there is no glory in painting our spears in the blood of our brothers. Besides, if we would send a brother to his ancestors, what lesson would they learn from the fight? Submission to those of higher station is something that we have always been taught. We've always listened to our elders, to our councils, and we've made our paths as their wisdom guided us. The same with the first share of the kill for the greatest in station. The leader does take the first share, but it would never need to take more than he need. And if he does so, then everybody has an equal share. And a good leader would see through to it that his pack or his sept will be provided for according to their needs. That's our way. Then, next part of the litany is that we shall not eat the flesh of humans, which is something that we do not. Other tribes might point at us, point at our totem, Wendigo, and say that we are cannibals.
Hmm? Cannibals.
And Wendigo is indeed a spirit that lives of human flesh. But that is not our way. We are Garu. We are not our totem. Our totem merely guides us. Those who fear us will point at us and will try to discredit us. We don't make meals of men. And the next part of the litany, respect those beneath you. Well, our kin and us, concepts that are pure, that are Wendigo. Kinfolk and Garu live very closely with each other. We respect them very much. So I think that will say enough. We respect kin, we respect the spirits, because indeed all are of Gaia. Because Gaia created this world. And therefore, even a mighty eagle would not disrespect a rabbit, because the eagle as well as the rabbit would know their place in these lands. And we have the veil shall not be lifted. Well, that is something I feel is important to all Garu. And well, it is something that we uphold. Though we sometimes have the luxury of being in a place where our ways and those of the kin are the only ways there. So upholding the veil there is easier compared to a place such as this in the city. Hmm. If we continue and we say the second part of the litany, or the next part of the litany, I mean, is do not suffer thy people to tend their weakness. Wendigo teaches us strength in all things, and to rely on ourselves. And to take from the tribe when one cannot give something in return, that does not work for us. We all give, we all take. We help ourselves, and we help those around us. And it is always freely given. But we would never prolong our life when there is nothing that we can do anymore. When we are weak, when we are sick, when we are dying, we do not cling to life such as some others do. because we understand that in the circle that is life, there is also a place for death. And by dying, we give back to the land. So we would not fight it. We would welcome it if the time is there. And the leader may be challenged at any time during peace. Well, of course, that makes sense. And every leader would know that you do need to prove your strength. So there is no point not to uphold it. However, when there's wartime, we should stand behind our leaders, and other disputes must step aside, because when there is wartime, that is when we need our strength. And we have strength in unity and not in squabbling and small groups. And well, the final one is you shall not take action that causes a current to be violated. It's once again a difficult topic. For as we were battling the worm on these lands, the other tribes came and they stole our lands while we were fighting. They fought us as we were fighting the worm. And they have violated our cairns, our sacred places. They won't understand that. They think they uphold that part of the litany. They have not done so. They have not made amends for it either. And whatever tribe you will belong to at some point, Cub, each of you had a part to play in that. Each of your ancestors had a part to play in that. And that is how we see the litany. It is a conduct of rules that the Garu nation sometimes decides doesn't mean a thing, and otherwise much of the rules make sense. You would wonder why they would be needed to be written down. Many of our traditions already involve the litany as such. We would not break it lightly, because we stick to our traditions.
Fascinating, fascinating take upon the litany. Interesting. And he'll tap his head a little bit. All of it's in here. Wendigos are interesting.
How so?
Seems like the tribe is from basically from a people that was already concrete into history itself of people with broken hearts and to fuel it accept the rage of what those that wrong and injustice was did to them. Thus they use that same rage to fuel their passion, their hatred to combat against the worm. Hot in the cold days and you know, warm. It's interesting.
When it comes to passion, the Fianna claim that they are a passionate tribe. And I must agree, I do not understand many of the ways why they do things. We, our emotions run deep like the roots of the trees in this land. Many call us cold, emotionless. We are not. Just because we don't toss our emotions around like the Fianna do, does not mean we do not have them. Just have different ways of showing them.
Interesting. Yet again, I'm learning more about my brothers and sisters. Okay.
Have you learned about many tribes yet?
I learned about the Black Furies. Only got the names in short, but I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn them. Talk to each and every one of them individuals. Learn the interpretations of the litany and see what it's all about. I'm looking forward to the education.
Well, as the then parents will lead your education, that does not mean that the SEP does not have its responsibility. Any questions that you have that I might have an answer to, you are more than free to ask them. Although, officially, I should say, after my punishment is over.
Of course, this meeting will be our little secret.
Of course.
Well, I and um, and he is going to attempt to shift to lupus. And he shifts, and basically he kind of flexes down to now I'm about to go get me some lunch. Going to hunt me down a rabbit and have me some red meaty bits.
Well, I hope you will catch your lunch. And don't forget that the rabbit is beneath you and that you must show respect to it and it's the offer that it brings to you.
Of course, it gives me much needed nourishment. I
Mm.
don't hunt for the willy nilly of it. I hunt because I have to if I want to have something to eat.
It is customary and very respectful to thank the spirit of the rabbit when you kill it.
I'll make sure of that. Well, Talate Raya, has been a pleasure speaking to you. And he will bow his head, and basically um, in the opposite direction.
Yep. And Platine will nod and return to where she basically left her bag and take some of the water and then continue on her keeper duties before heading again offset to the place that she currently lives in. And it is there that we can call this a scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was a scene for Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Goodbye.